I wasn't going to make too many videos on Fear the Walking Dead this year, but then I saw this and I'm all in again.
That's what I tried to get out. They pulled me back.
So the last couple of days have been surprising, a bit disappointing, but good for the Walking Dead shows. The Negan and Maggie show has been pushed back into June, and the Daryl show, presumably claiming the October time slot, which is the traditional Walking Dead return time of year. AMC have announced we won't be getting the Rick and Michonne show until next year, and Fear the Walking Dead's next season will be its last. There is that initial phase of disappointment, but there's actually a really good silver lining to it, so let's talk about it. And of course, we're also going to talk about immunity, but before we get into it, I want to thank Atlas VPN once again for sponsoring today's video. We all love to watch our favourite stuff online, but it's not always safe. But thanks to today's sponsor, Atlas VPN, you can be completely safe and risk-free on the internet.
No!
Atlas VPN is the best, most affordable protection that you can get for all of your devices with just one subscription. Atlas is really good for when you want to watch a show that is only available on certain streaming platforms in certain countries. For example, every single episode of The Walking Dead are all available on Disney Plus in the UK, and when those big Walking Dead spin-offs start to happen, they will go straight to Disney Plus in the UK after they've aired. Every single episode of Better Call Saul are all available on Netflix in the UK. Switch your location to the UK and you can watch all of them. And of course, Atlas is more than just a VPN. It stops malicious links, ads and trackers, and notifies you when someone is trying to steal your data. Atlas have got you. They've let me give you 82% off, which means only $1.99 a month. So if you want to watch all of your favourite shows and be fully protected online, go to the link in the description or the pinned comment and get Atlas VPN now. So the big silver lining to this delay is the Rick and Michonne show will start filming next month, and it was going to come out in October. Now the main show seasons usually took around half a year to film, and although at first this show will only have 6 episodes, we have to assume it's a lot bigger with where Rick is, and what we know being at the CRM takes, you know, big stadiums, cities and helicopters. I don't want any Walking Dead show to rush anything ever again. So to only start filming next month and then have it come out in October, that gave me a bad feeling that I already had for the show just recently with how much of the project has changed. And although inevitably I think the project changing to a show rather than a movie trilogy is better, the fact they're saying it's now going to be just 6 episodes is a bit worrying to me. When they first announced it, they said 6 episodes and that's it, that's the show done. But then after, Entertainment Weekly came out and said no, it's going to be an ongoing series with 6 episodes in each season, and they interviewed Angela Kang and Scott Gimple to get that. It's still not solid what it's going to be. If it is just 6 episodes, I'm worried for how they're going to show what Rick's been up to for 7 years, including the time jump at the end of the main show. Not to say they can't do it, but I think they should do multiple seasons, 3 to 4. Why wouldn't they do numerous seasons to capitalize on how much hype and attention Rick's show will get? I really hope it's more than just 6 episodes regardless of how long they are. But nonetheless, the bad feeling I've had about the show and the red flags that I thought I saw, the fact it's been delayed in this regard is quite good. It all felt a bit rushed. I don't want them to cram it all into 1 year. This year we are now getting just Negan and Maggie show, the Daryl show and Fear. Rick show is delayed. Okay, fair enough. We've waited years for Rick anyway. Spend more time on it. Then we have the news that season 8 will be the last final season of Fear the Walking Dead. Again, at first it's easy to be upset about or happy. The main thing that saddens me about it is that it just never got better or as good as season 3. Once season 4 happened, it just tainted it. But it seemed like the point of Fear was lost in translation. I love Fear, and it's sad that it's ended before it got anywhere near as original to season 3. I'm not worried or sad that we won't see these characters again, because I think we will. Also, half of them are shite, so if we don't, I don't really give a fuck. They've also announced there's a 7-year time jump before season 8 starts. This is why I didn't really want to make too many videos on Fear, because this is just stuff I've been saying. I don't even have to spell it out for you. They're not even trying to hide it. It is now blatantly caught up to the main show's timeline, almost exactly to the time that Daryl left. So yeah, crossovers are a massive given. I absolutely think characters like Madison, Morgan, Strand, Daniel Salazar, if they don't ruin him,
I will see you again,
Dwight and Sherry, I'm not bothered about Sherry, hopefully she dies, but Dwight will cross over to where The Walking Dead is. I've wanted to see a Daryl and Dwight reunion for so long now, and even though Daryl said he'd kill him, I think it would be exciting to see with how much Dwight White has improved as a human, and promises that someone's gonna kill someone isn't really something that matters in The Walking Dead. I'm not even joking, Rick said he was gonna kill Negan 4 times, and he left the show before Negan did. A couple videos ago we also found that the speaker in the helicopter sounded a lot like Victor Strand.
You may have won the battle today, Morgan. As for the rest of you, you know who you are. The offer to join me still stands. I need good people here. Help me secure the future of this place. You know where to find me. My name is Victor Strand. Who might you be?
Consignee Grimes, you've been located and are instructed to surrender. Remain in place with your hands up. Come on, Vic. It's like he told you. There's no escape for the living.
Even if some people did say he did have a bit of an accent, a lot of people said Giancarlo Esposito, who played Gus Fring.
There's one thing I taught her. It was to play all sides. Where would it even go but to the bottomless, gaping pit of insecurity you call a soul?
Consignee Grimes, you've been located and are instructed to surrender. Remain in place with your hands up. Come on, Vic. It's like he told you. There's no escape for the living.
Of insecurity you call a soul.
Yeah, I definitely hear more of Strand in that. Giancarlo Esposito is also in talks to play Professor X in the MCU, so I don't see him being in this. He's potentially going to be really dedicated to a big role in the MCU, but what's really interesting is we appear to have another immune character. You might think that's unlikely until you remember that she's related to a character that has already survived a zombie bite. I wouldn't have thought Alicia would return for season 8, but now that it's the last one, yeah, likely in the later episodes, she does reunite with Madison. If not, then much like with Michonne and Rick, it's another storyline for when fear has ended, Madison finding Alicia.
They're gone.
And it does look really likely, however misleading you think their trailers could be, that they've kept her meditated, they've kept her calm because of what she possesses. Now, if they are connected to the CRM, which again, I don't care how long it takes them to reveal that, even if they end up being like an opposition to the CRM, it's extremely likely. And we've known for a long time, the CRM are looking for a cure. So if they got any sign that Madison was even a little bit immune, they would hang on to her like a leech. And it looks like something similar could be happening here. That is very clearly some kind of bite mark, but here we see Madison is being locked up and is basically a test subject. It's not clear if they found something within Madison that, likely with Alicia too, makes her immune to turning. Is it because Madison possesses some of that, or is it the stuff they're giving her here? With Fear, it could really be that she was bitten by some random awful character that they've made to bite her, so that in the trailers it looks like she's been bitten by a walker, but it's also the final season. So right now, Fear is kind of suggesting the possibility that Alicia and Madison are both immune, or at least exploring the possibility. That's what's actually been teased in the show. But why would they be immune? We'd have to go back to the start of the apocalypse, and the Clark family were in California, in LA. But other characters that also came from LA or lived there at the outbreak have gotten sick and died from bites. Now, it would be pretty haunting to think that for all this time they could have survived the bite because of where they were from, and in that city some of them were immune. But I don't think that's what it was, because we did see an outbreak there. So I think they'd more be looking at the blood types. Whatever blood type Alicia and Madison have, they're immune, or at least a bit better at dealing with the virus. They have a better chance than other people do. That's why Alicia was sick. That's why Madison's arm is swollen up. It's their certain blood type or something within the Clark family that makes them better at dealing with it. And the CRM is the thing that essentially reels everyone into one big main story, and the fact that Madison and Alicia are likely, most possibly immune, then just like with Morgan and hopefully Strand, we know they're big enough characters to be involved in that bigger story. But what do you think? Do you think Madison could actually be immune? Do you think it's anything to do with Alicia? And how do you think Fear the Walking Dead will end? I think it's blatantly going to go on to other shows, which isn't a bad thing. I just think it's obvious. I'm just excited for that, and seeing the characters that I do love under the helm of other writers and ideas. Let me know what you think down below. Press the like button on the video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you're new. Thank you for watching. I'll see you soon.